So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In some sense, my speech will about love and maths. So I'll start it with a question to you. Did you love maths when you were at school? Do we have such people actually existing? I'm not one of them, definitely. So yeah, we have so many people here still because I truly love maths. Yeah. And I want to tell you first that recently, if you're a woman, just imagine it, and if it happens so that you love maths, it was not so complicated for you to study math. Sometimes it was dangerous. Okay, the first mathematician, female mathematician, is the first actually female mathematician. She lived almost 2,000 years ago, and she actually was a teacher of philosophy and math in a Greek school. She was an inventor, and she actually designed a device to actually determine the location of stars. Smart women are hated today. Imagine that time. She had a tragic death. She was accused of dark magic, and she was torn into pieces by fanatics. A horrible death. You know, you may say, okay, 2,000 years ago, that was long ago. Okay, let's move a little bit closer to us. 250 years ago, a female mathematician, Sophie Germain, she actually had to sign her papers and letters to colleagues with male name. She said, Monsieur Leblanc, yours respectfully. She knew nobody is gonna take her seriously if she actually put her real name. And only later, when she managed to put her actual signature, everybody knew that she was really a successful and prominent mathematician. She never got a salary for her work. She was never paid. Okay, 150 years ago, Sofia Kovalevska, for her just to graduate from the university, to get a higher degree. Everyone can do it today, almost everyone. She had even to get this fake marriage. I hope that nobody has to become a wife to graduate from university and in the world. And I want to remember one inspiring woman, one of the most prominent mathematicians of the 20th century, Emily Netter. She was born 100 years before me, and it's hard to believe that for her to study at university, she had to go to each teacher individually, to come up to everyone and get a written approval that they have nothing against a woman actually studying. When she invented later, she actually the abstract algebra. She actually worked with many various theoretical aspects the Einstein worked with. And Einstein actually compared her with Marie Curie, thanks to her contribution to science. So for 7 years, she had no salary. She was not paid. And when finally, when she tried to get an official job, there was a whole column of other professors, male professor, who said, how can we work with a woman? How can we actually allow this to happen for a female professor to teach men? But the university is not a men's sauna, her colleague said. And one of her colleagues, Herman Bale, said that traditions, superstitions, and some opinions actually were overthrown by her achievements. And it wasn't even contested by anyone. It works for all these ladies I mentioned. Today it's 2021. And I'm standing in front of you, and I have my PhD in math and physics, and I'm representing the Academy of Sciences, and you can tell me, finally, the spell is broken, we have gender equality. And yes, I actually graduated from Dniprovsk University. I got my scholarship. I actually then got a job, and I had my scientific career evolved. I had actually this small salary just like men do have. So basically we have the gender equality in some sense. But actually, if among women mathematicians, if only 30% of women we have among mathematicians, we still have this glass ceiling anyway. When we take the top positions, 5-7% or so, doctors of sciences, again, 5 or 7% are women. And because of this, such organizations as UN Women, UNICEF, they fight not for Ukraine only, but for the whole world, for women and girls in the whole world to get equal access to education, for equal opportunities to do what they love. Because I love maths. I can't imagine my life. I can't imagine if someone would say, would actually keep me away from maths. I remember myself coming to science. I was very curious. In university, I had a task for my thesis and no actually solutions how to work with that task. Nothing. And I had this euphoria, the feeling of euphoria when I solved it, and I thought like, whoa, I want to do this all the time. I want to have these challenges all the time and get this satisfaction from it. But quite often I'm asked, okay, maths, what haven't you done there? Okay, many people think that maths, everything is discovered, everything is already known. Will a rocket fly after your calculations are done? How shall we make money in a state thanks to your maths? People ask me, maths mostly, true, big, pure maths, as they call it, fundamental maths, it was not created by request because of money, but because people were interested, because people wanted to discover something. You all have smartphones in your hands, in your pockets. Do you know that all these things with the codes containing 1 and 0, when people, like 100 years ago, people had no idea of the smartphones, when those mathematicians would be asked, why are you doing that? Binary codes. They would never say that, okay, we're doing this for smartphones. They were just curious. We all are so nervous about our safety of our bank accounts. We all are, of course, and deposits. Do you know that these numbers used in the cryptographic protocols, this was a game for ancient Greeks. They were actually trying to combine these numbers all the time. They had no bank accounts. So yeah, they were playing with figures and numbers. In the history of maths, that was so often. Computer industry, computer games that we have today, companies making millions on that, they use these quaternions, these huge numbers, even created like hundreds of years ago. So what actually I do? Differential equations. And when Sophus Lee actually created these in the 19th century, nobody was interested. In 60, 70 years, physicists understood that this is top, this is a super discovery, and today they use it almost in all physics chapters, these groups. So basically, the principle of the prolonged action that we have in maths, we can use it in life, of the postponed action. So because we speak about the success stories today. For 17 years, I've been there in the Academy of Sciences, and I had so many awards, L'Oreal, UNESCO, International Award of Rising Stars, and a Woman of the Year in Science. But I want to tell you, I never aspired, no awards, no positions, never thought of these awards. This is just the side effect of my curiosity. So I was actually I had two theses. I'm a mom of 2 children, and now I still continue working with mathematical problems and various stuff. And then I was, thrown with these awards and certificates. Yes, I do think that this is a postponed action. This is a side effect of my activity. So that's why I'm into mentorship. In Maths Institute, we actually created events, launched events together, women from all Ukraine. We have mathematicians, female mathematicians in the country. It's interesting for them. We have these math days for young people, for boys and girls, both of them, to show actually that math is a cool thing, really great thing. And this is what the postponed effect is. And I do hope that out of these, boys and girls will have prominent mathematicians in dozens of years, and they will actually discover something we will use, the humanity will use, in 200 years, 300 years, doesn't matter, like it usually happens in the history. So just to sum up, why did I tell that my speech is titled Love and Maths? I think that a human being, a person who loves one's job, doesn't matter what one's doing, doesn't matter who one is making a world better, without exaggeration. So actually, I want you all to find that area which will satisfy you and give something beneficial to people. Thank you.